Tasha's Living Adventures. What we call it, Tasha's Living Adventures. You must live. Tasha's Living Adventures.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Tasha's Living Adventures. And on this side of YouTube, we are known as the Adventurers. And you know, that actually has a nice ring to it, the Adventurers, because indeed life is quite an adventure. We'll be talking about your confidence, knowing your self-worth, loving yourself, and also taking care of yourself. And that is, I want to talk to you today about the 3 S's. And the 3 S's are self-care, self-worth, and self-love. Those are the 3 S's. How did I come about the 3 S's? One day I took a step back and I told myself that, look, you don't need validation from anyone. The only person you need validation from is yourself. And when I sat down and I looked at my life and what the things that I wanted from other persons, I said that care, I can take care of myself. Love, I can love myself. And worth, once I know how much I am worth, then guess what? It is up to me to decide if someone is actually treating me based on my worth. You get what I'm saying? So those are the things that I want to talk about today. And the first thing that I'm going to talk about is self-care. And what do I mean by self-care? Self-care is basically taking care of yourself. And really and truly, we have family members and so on, and even really good friends and significant others that will take care of us. But the thing is, are we taking care of ourselves enough? As it relates to the mental aspect, sometimes you have to take a step back. From example, social media. I found myself on social media quite often, and then you're seeing so many things, and then you're probably seeing relationships, probably seeing persons getting a new car, getting a new house, and then those things can actually make you feel bad in yourself. You get what I'm saying? For some persons, it can actually play on their how they feel about themselves and how they view themselves. And one way of avoiding that is just to take a break from social media. And then you can while taking your break, you just ensure that you actually focus on your goals. So you can you can either get a vision board or even a little book where you can write down your goals and what you want for yourself, and don't compare yourself to others, right? And also spiritually, I feel like I falter or I'm far from God. You get what I'm saying? And it is good, as I said, to take a step back. And in taking a step back, you can focus on God and His words and probably reflect on what He has done for you thus far. Get what I'm saying? For those of you who believe in God, you just take a step back from everything, and then you can even talk to God as well. So that is another thing, to build yourself spiritually as it relates to self-care. And then the next thing is physically. Ooh, this one is a nice one. Physically, you can comb your hair, you can get a soothing bath, just pamper yourself, right? So that is a way of taking care of yourself physically. You can buy yourself a new bag, a new pair of pants, a new dress, anything that you think that would make you comfortable or boost your confidence or boost your individuality or boost how you feel about yourself. Just give you a boost, right? The next one we'll be talking about is self-love, and that is a major one. Self-love is when you love yourself. You're not seeking love from someone else to make you whole. You're not seeking love from someone else to make you happy, right? Once you find that, oh my gosh, it is a game changer. If someone is not treating you the right way, or if they say they love you but their actions do not show it, you know that in you loving yourself, you would never treat yourself like that, and you would never treat someone else like that. So once you know about self-love, it's a game changer, especially in a relationship. Right? You will not depend on the person to love you, because guess what? You already love yourself. You already find happiness in yourself. You already find that comfort within yourself. So even if you're not getting it from someone else, then you know that you will be okay. Well, I used to joke around and say that I was in a relationship with myself. Yeah. And people used to laugh. And it was actually funny when you think about it. But when you really think about it from a serious point of view, when you say you're in a relationship with yourself, that is not anything bad enough, because you being in a relationship with yourself actually teaches you to love yourself. See what I did there? See what I did there? You being in a relationship with yourself, you will end up knowing how to treat yourself, how to love yourself, and in turn knowing how to love others. And before you love someone else, everybody, before you love someone else, you have to love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, then persons can treat you a certain way and then you believe that it is love. You see, once you find someone or you're talking to someone and then you realize that they're behaving shaky or moving shady, and they're saying that they love you and this and that, if they love you, they would not have done certain things. And the thing is now, everybody, guess what? Their actions might be a reflection of them not loving themselves enough. So you see, self-love, I'm telling you, self-love is quite crucial, whether in friendships or relationships, because you will know when to walk away and when something is just not for you. Because guess what? You just know that you love yourself enough to know that that is just not meant for you, and it is just not love, especially if it is not love. How can you attain total self-love? I have a few tips here. Let me just give you 5 quick tips on how to attain self-love. The first one is stop comparing yourself to others. Oh my gosh, that one is a huge one. I used to compare myself to others, and that is not self-love. It's when you love yourself. It's when you love yourself, you will not be looking at what somebody else looks like, what they have, and how they behave, and say, I wonder if I can be like that person. No, you don't compare yourself to them, because you know that, guess what? You are the it factor, all right, in your own right. Yes. And then the next one now is, don't worry about others' opinions. That used to be me. I used to think about, what will people think if I do this? What will people say if I wear this? What will people do if I react a certain way? No, that is you. You're supposed to be unique, and you're supposed to love yourself enough to, guess what? Say that anybody doesn't like this, anyone does not like this, that's on them. That's not on me. That's on them. And if they don't like it, what does that have to do with me? Yeah, once I like it and I like what I'm doing, you have no say. Your opinions do not matter, right? Only unless it is something constructive. But let me see. What else now? Another one, allow yourself to make mistakes. You need to understand that, guess what? You are not perfect, right? You are going to make mistakes. And don't beat yourself up for making a mistake. Here is another one. Remember, your value doesn't lie in how your body looks. Let me repeat that one. Remember, your value doesn't lie in how your body looks. So hear what now? Not because you look a certain way, that doesn't mean a person should treat you a certain way, right? Because your values, you are a loving person, you are a funny person, you are a caring person, you are a outgoing person, among other things. Someone can't just look at you and say, oh, I don't think that she's a loving person. And then you're going to feel bad in yourself and say, oh, because I don't look like a loving person. And then you're going to stress yourself now to try to look like a loving person. How does a loving person look in terms of body image? You can't judge a book by its cover. And if persons are judging you by how you look and what values you might have, then just know that, look, they are just not for you. Do not let how persons view how your body looks to determine who you are. Especially once you know who you are, that is all that matters. This is the last one I'm going to be leaving with you. Don't be afraid to let go of toxic people. That is a huge one. You see, if you love yourself enough, whether it is a friendship, whether it is a relationship, do not be afraid to cut people off. You see, you need to love yourself enough to know that, guess what? What they're doing is not right. How they're treating you is not right. And you need to be able to walk away from them because you love yourself enough to do so. So those are the tips that I have for you to achieve total self-love. Well, some of many tips, but those are a few that you can follow in order to have or gain total self-love. And then the last one now is self-worth. What do I mean by self-worth? Self-worth means that you value yourself enough or value yourself so much that you know what you are worthy of, right? You see, when you know your worth, add tax to it as well. What did I say? When you know your worth, add tax to it as well. So who can't afford that extra tax? They know your worth and they can't afford that extra tax that you put on. Then guess what? They're just not meant to be in your life, and that's just point blank. I'm sorry, that's just point blank. They're just not meant to be in your life, or they're not supposed to share in your journey. You get what I'm saying? So you need to know your worth. Know what you are worthy of. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of care. You are worthy of the items that you have that were given to you or that you bought. You're worthy of having a good time. You are worthy of expressing yourself, even if others don't accept that. As long as you feel like you want to, probably be who you want to be, do what you want to do, you are worthy of that. You're worthy of exploring yourself, right? Or exploring who you are. Let me put it that way. You're worthy of exploring who you are, trying to find out who you're supposed to become. You are worthy of that. You are worthy of that chance. You are worthy of chances. You're worthy of it all. Well, people, I hope that you enjoyed this little chit chat. And if you did enjoy this little chit chat, I wouldn't mind if you, hit that like button and share it with a friend who you think needs this little motivation to get through life, because we all need a little boost. You get what I'm saying? We all need it. And once we master these 3 S's, we are good to go. That's all I have to say. With that being said, I'll see you in my next one.